Greg Yeager says, how much does the Canada firing turn up the heat on KP, or will it turn into a new excuse because we have no OC? Happy Thanksgiving, gang.
Hey man, shout out to you as well, man. I think Coach Tomlin actually addressed that. They had asked. He said they're not going to be grading on a curve just because of these changes. So with that being the case, I think was it the standard being the standard? I think that still holds true because as a whole, playbook has not changed. The calls have not changed. So there's no new verbiage. There's no new scheme or anything like that. But what will be different is the flow, right? The flow of the game will be different. The flow of the play calling. At least that's what we're anticipating because just two different personalities, right? Matt Canada, we know, is more of a lateral approach guy. He's more, I'm going to try to beat you sideways, jet sweeps. We talked about all those things when he first retired, and obviously we've seen a lot of it since he's been here. Now with Mike Sullivan, in terms of the game day play calling, should feel different. I mean, even when you talk about a Josh Freeman led offense, think about it. That was a lot more of a passing standpoint. If I remember, wasn't Doug Martin down there too during that time?
Maybe.
I want to say, yeah, I think it was around that same time. But with Josh, we know, man, Josh, they was going to throw that rock. So it's like, we're going to see. We obviously have to wait until we get to the game to see exactly how it's implemented. But it should feel a little bit like we might get more throws out of the situation, which in turn for you bodes well because you said the 303 tutties, right? So at least,
well, that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
I mean, obviously we know, but it can't happen without him getting the attempts more so than anything. So I'm like, that also could potentially be out there as well, man. So like I said, man, I don't think it's an excuse for him, man. I think that right or wrong, is it another variable that he has to deal with? Sure. But this variable in comparison to the last variable, you take this trade-off, right?
absolutely.
All right. So, yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, man,
I think it's an upgrade.
Yeah, we'll take this
I'll
trade-off.
take the
We'll see what's
combo
up.
of Faulkner and Sullivan and Kenny figuring this thing out.
Yeah. So I think that's more of like the vibe right now versus it being a excuse for him.